Yes, we are live mad early on a Saturday morning. Let me tell y'all, the love is real out here in the poetry world because they got JRose up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to be chopping it up with some amazing, amazing artists. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So those of you that don't know what's going on because it's so early and you're confused, I am here to interview and chop it up with all the artists from the Unapologetically Me Tour. It's the first tour that they're doing, and this is being put together by the Poetry Collective, which is an amazing group of creative individuals that have come together to expand poetry, to bring poetry everywhere, all over the world, and to bring poets together, not just poets, but other artists as well. So kind of the same thing that, the Rose Garden events is about. So, when the purpose is aligned, that's how shit just be beautiful and magical. So here we are creating some magic on a Saturday morning. And let me tell you, don't ask me where I got this energy from, because I swear I did not have it like 5 minutes ago. It just, when they say action, JRose be like, all right, time to wake the fuck up. So we here, we in the building, we outside, but we inside, a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to bring in our first guest for the first segment. So the Unapologetically Me Tour consists of I believe it's about 17 artists who are poets, they're vocalists, they're rappers, they're all extremely talented individuals, and they're going on tour sharing their amazing gifts. So we had to cut it up in little segments. So we're going to meet the first group now, and then a little bit later we're going to go to the rest of the groups. So joining me in this first segment is Kami, the Wolf Boy, aka Pretty Blicky. He got a long name, so I'm gonna let him do the whole intro because his intro sounds way better than mine.
Kami the Wolf Boy, aka Pretty Blicky, aka Slick Blade, aka Black Jesus.
Black Jesus. I like it's the Black Jesus for me.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Welcome. And where are you from? Like, what city do you usually
I'm
rap?
straight out of Baltimore, 2 through shoe, all of that, West Side.
Okay. Be more. All right.
Yeah,
all right. Here for it. Well, welcome. I can't wait to get into some questions with you. I'm going to call in our next guest in this group. We have Nate Goodness. Give it up. Come on, give up the snaps.
What's going on, people?
Peace. Welcome.
What's up, Kami?
What it do, Nate? Yeah.
Ain't much, man. Looking forward to another wonderful night. You feel me?
Oh, yes. Y'all had your first night last night. I can't wait. Listen, we're gonna dig into that. You're getting me excited too early. Nate, where are you tuning in from? What city you from?
I'm from Baltimore too, you know what I mean?
Hey, y'all rapping hard today. Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't mad at that.
We did.
All right. Well, welcome. Next up we have G for Prez. Peace, King. What's up? How you doing?
Hey, morning, everybody. What's going on? My name is G for Prez. Good to see you, Nate. Good to see you, Pretty Blicky. I'm telling you, I'm still on that verse, man. I'm still on that verse.
We all came with it. You know what I'm saying? We came with it.
See? Now I'm curious. Where you repping from? You also from Baltimore?
Not Baltimore, but still in Maryland. I'm from Landover, 25.
Hey, okay. All right. See, I know we got artists that are in this tour that are from various cities, which is really, really dope. It's not just all people from the DMV area, which I'm loving it. So welcome G4 Prez. Welcome. And lastly in our group, I've got yes, he put on a shirt. Okay. We got presentable because we told him that we got company coming over. You better put some clothes on. We got Mr. Ralph Hughes. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to get right real quick, had to put the splash on real quick. But Yeah, I'm from PG County, you know. I'm happy I got another PG Countyite in the building, you know.
Hey,
Is that
what
also
up,
in
though?
Maryland? Is that
That's
also
Yeah,
yeah,
Maryland?
that's also in Maryland.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Kind of close to Landover, you know.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well,
Is it
welcome.
still the richest black county in America?
It definitely is. But it's a breakdown. We probably don't get we gonna get into that. I'm gonna tell you how it is, but we gonna get into that. But I know we
Okay.
got some things to talk about, you know. So
Absolutely. Yes, we do have some things to talk about. And I'm gonna dig right into it because our time is limited, and like I wish that this platform gave more space to have everybody in the room together. But it could be a little overwhelming also talking to 17 people at the same time. So I'm not even that mad at it. I'm gonna just throw this very first question at y'all, and I think this question came from I think it was I was stalking y'all, okay? Because I didn't know everybody that was in the lineup, So a lot of you guys are artists that I just got put onto. So I got a little stalkerish, because that's what I do. And I went on G4Prez's page and I saw your audition video for this tour. And I was like, first of all, I was like, oh, cool. They had auditions. That's awesome. They didn't just like curate, people and pick people to be a part of it. They went out and said, if you want this opportunity, you gotta work for it. So, and I was really impressed by your audition video. I thought it was like, I would have definitely been like, pick him. He's got for sure. But it made me think of this question for you guys. And we could start with UG for Prez, because you're the one that inspired this question. But how did you prepare for an audition for something like this? What were some of your strategies, or some things that you did to get yourself in a space where you were able to go and audition and kill it?
Well, for me, I think the audition was 1 minute, and most of my pieces range anywhere from 3 to 4. So it's like, which one hits hard? I got to figure out that one. I got to figure out which verse I can just either start with or jump into where it feels natural, and then finish out the whole audition as if like I was actually on stage performing, not just, hey, these are the words,
Right.
pick me.
Right.
You got to audition with the same energy that you want to perform with.
So you took it just as serious as if you were doing a feature set.
Always.
Right. Right. How about I'm gonna go around the table. Nate, how about you? What were some of the ways you prepared for this audition?
For me, JRose, you might know that I over the last year I've spent a lot of time in IG lives. So I had to get myself out of that mindset because I was still in front of the screen. So I had to, create a stage like space for myself. You know what I mean? I almost grabbed a flashlight to pretend there was a microphone, but I left that out. But it was just about creating a stage like presence and performing for an imaginary crowd in front of my laptop.
Right, right. I feel you. That's a kind of advice that I started giving people as a mentor of other artists. They would ask me like, "How do I prepare to get back on stage?" And I'm like, "When you doing them IG lives, you gotta stand the fuck up. Like, act like you at on stage. Don't be sitting on your couch,
Put your foot on their neck.
in your pajamas and shit. Get dressed, put something cute on. Like and that's how you. That was a great tactic. How about you, Pretty Blicky? When I see that name, I just want to go blick, blick, blick.
Yeah, like do whatever. Like as long as you remember, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm a person who believes in staying ready so that you don't have to get ready. So before the performance, I had over 900 different verses that I had just written. Like right now, I got a YouTube playlist of over 1,000 beats where I'll just literally scroll beat after beat after beat, and I'll write something to each beat, even if I don't put out a song. So by the time the whole interview came about, when it came to the process of getting on the tour, it was just a case of finding out what they wanted to hear, because I pretty much have something for everybody, like literally everybody. I got something for the kids. I got something for the romantic side, the social
Something for
justice,
ladies.
or everything. So
So how did you decide what was gonna be like the right fit for this audition?
Simple. I asked them.
Oh.
Like I know it's
communication, guys. That's how it works.
Nah, that's real.
I know we exist in a society, long tail short, where asking simple questions really seems like, nah, you're just supposed to know. You just supposed to know. That's not how things are. So I think the best way for me to figure out is to ask, what y'all trying to hear, what you need from me, like to know that I am the right fit. They told me, so I gave it to them.
There you go.
And
I hear that.
I like that.
Y'all over here just dropping gems early in the morning. I feel bad for the people that's sleeping right now because they losing out.
They missing
right? Listen, how about you, Ralph? How did you prepare for the auditions?
I think I'm on the same tip as Blicky. Get ready so stay ready so you don't have to get ready, so I'm always just creating, no matter, just in general. So I always try to have something to present, no matter if you put me on the spot at CVS or you put me on the spot,
yes sir,
at walking down the street, no matter where it's at, just have something to present. So it's kind of just going into something that just becomes natural over time when you just create so much. It's just like, okay, let me go into this mode. That 10,000 hours thing is true. You know what I'm saying? You put 10,000 hours into your craft, you get what you put into it. You feel me? So I definitely say that.
Absolutely. No, I love it. And you guys obviously did a phenomenal job at the auditions. You wowed everybody and you made it to the tour. So congratulations. I know that each of you brings something different to the tour. So to kind of segue into the next question, I want to ask you guys, as far as the art that you chose for your set for the tour, right? What is it that you want people to learn from those songs or those poems, whatever it was that you performed? What do you want people to walk away from experiencing your art?
Ooh, yeah, I like that. All right, roll call. Who's starting off?
Yeah,
now it's
I just want
every man for himself.
Just jump in.
I want to show people that struggle is beautiful. The pains we go through make us who we are, and there's nothing to be ashamed about, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's trauma. I talk about those things in a way that I try to make it not corny, because a lot of rappers do that too. But I try to make it in a way that you could bob your head and you could really feel it, and it's not over the top preachy or anything. So I just try to make sure people realize that struggle is an important part of life and it's beautiful.
Right. Ooh, beautiful struggle.
I just jump in. I try to, like, a lot of the I say newer pieces, I guess, because I'm coming more within myself, has been a lot on transparency, especially as men, and not saying anything away from women or anything like that, but in society we taught to kind of bottle up everything that we deal with, bottle up our emotions. We're not taught, like, as a young Black man, you're not taught to go to therapy. You're not taught to talk about your problems, communicate. For me, being 27, I'm just coming into the space of being able to communicate how I feel, and that's something that's like goes throughout America, especially for Black men, So my message is just to communicate, different things that you're going through, because you bottle it up so much that you don't realize how much that affects you in your daily life, and you don't realize how much that affects your elevation of where you can go, and even on the spiritual side, how that affects you, So
Y'all need to
my
teach a
take.
class, and maybe I find my future husband, because y'all put all that knowledge into a man. And come on, guys, bless me. Let's go. I love that. I have a son, and I'm very big on teaching him to be very expressive of how he feels. I always hated, like, growing up, seeing people tell young boys, especially young Black boys, like, man up, boys don't cry. And at the end of the day, like, that's not true. Like, boys can cry. You should be allowed to sit with your emotions and feel them, and process them and digest them, and know how to navigate out of those feelings. That's how we end up with men that, like, just end up giving good men a bad name.
Facts.
And we're doing it, like, as a society. That's what we were doing to our young children. I mean, of course, I'm trying to change that narrative in my home, but you guys are taking your art and taking that narrative to a bigger space where more people can learn these lessons. So thank you guys for that. G for Prez, how about you? What do you want people to walk away with when they hear your art?
I would say a new perspective. And if it's not necessarily a new perspective on their end, then a new way to think about it, how they're vibing with the same perspective.
Right. Is it because you feel that you kind of have a different way of thinking, and has that always been how you've been? Like, you've always kind of felt like you thought different?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Like, if you give a topic about, let's say, light switch, and most people think instantly on and off, but I think about the science behind it. I think about the why behind it. I think about the without this, why am I behind it?
You be on that, like, you're the one. You're the one that, like, I gotta hit the blunt and listen to your stuff and be like, yo, he's spitting.
Yeah, run that track back.
Right.
I mean, all of you were extremely impressive. I mean, I've been following Nate for a while already, so I've already been, like, familiar with his work. But like, you guys gained all a new fan, because all of you were absolutely, when I was, like, stalking y'all on IG, like, I was very impressed with what I heard, what I saw. The energy that was just coming off of the digital page was really dope, and I was like, I could see why you guys were all selected to be a part of this tour. I have one last question for all of y'all to answer. This is going to be a question that everybody is going to answer throughout this entire segment, this entire event, for what it is.
Wait, do you want me to answer?
I want all of you to answer.
I'm talking about.
No,
Oh,
the
you
last
didn't answer
question.
yet, baby. I'm so sorry. Yes. Oh, that's my bad. I was all into the vibes. Please tell
It's a
me.
good thing I was paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I was in this world, and I was excited. But please, by all means, tell me.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What do you want people to get from your artistry, as far as, especially on this tour, the set that you selected to perform on this set? What do you want people to walk away with
from, as it pertains to my artistry?
Yeah.
I am the change that I want to see in this world. So when people walk away from me, I want them to see reality. I want them to experience disillusionment. I have a bar that says, smart enough to stay about the mix and tomfoolery, but hard enough to be a walking John Wick movie scene. It's like, behind whatever you see first. If you look at my face and you see, oh, he just looked like one of them niggas for real, like one of them niggas from around the way, or you look at me and you see my intelligence first, whatever you see first, that's only part of the picture. You feel what I'm saying? So when you walk away from my performances, walk away knowing that you just watched a nigga on stage who hang with Crips. My brother's Islam. You feel me? I study psychology full time. I want to get my PhD. I got physics as a side hobby. I got health and nutrition as a side hobby, health and fitness as a side hobby, boxing as a side hobby. Whatever you thought when you walked in the door before I got on stage, if you pay enough attention, you're gonna walk away understanding that literally everything that's right in front of you, limitless. Whatever you're trying to do, any type of failure you think you perceive, failure is literally only as temporary as you make it. So
Absolutely.
literally, I walk away from
Get
you
that
with a
stamp.
little bit of everything. You feel what I'm saying? Disillusionment, a little taste of somebody else, like getting to understand that through looking at somebody who doesn't limit themselves,
Right.
understanding how you limit yourself and how better to like rise above that.
Mm. Mm.
But
I love it.
the short answer is a little bit of everything.
No. I mean, it's great that you're comfortable enough to like, because that's a sign of vulnerability, right? Putting everything about yourself out there, not knowing if you're going to be judged, not knowing if people are going to like,
Oh, yeah, I will.
not believe in you,
Oh no, I know I'm gonna be judged. I know I'm gonna be
Yeah.
hated. I know I'm gonna be despised for existing. I know people hate the fact that I can smile and they can't. I know people hate the fact that no, you can't do both. Bro, think he is you bluffing. Like you're bluffing. Yeah. So I know people got their opinions, but the
Right.
reality is me. I'm reality.
Right.
I'm here for a reason.
Which this actually is the perfect segue to my last question, because, and we can start off with you since we're already talking. How are you unapologetically you?
Oof. In every way that I can think of. I cry almost every day because it's the hardest thing for me to do as a black man who's experienced gang violence, who grew up in an abusive household. I don't have parents, so I'm basically an orphan. I grew up with only one of my birth parents, so even still being abused by both my birth parents, it was like I didn't have nobody. So being unapologetically me, it's like in everything that I do, I try to expand as much of myself into it as I can. So when it
Right.
came to, you feel what I'm saying, being around my niggas, with the crippin', for me it wasn't about, oh, how do they get down? How do y'all be trapping? How do y'all move y'all pack? It was like, that's how y'all do it. Let me see how I can
Right.
improve that. So I was never, you feel what I'm saying? Like no matter what it is that I do, it's always me. In this interview, it's me. You talking to Kami the Wolf Boy and Pretty Blicky and Slick Blick and Dominant and whatever name I done had, nicknames, you're talking to the same person literally every single time.
Right.
So
Right.
I would say in short, being unapologetically me is about finding a way to adapt to every situation, no matter what, to travel that path of being my most true self that is fulfilling to me, but simultaneously helps fulfill the lives of other people as opposed to taking their energy or taking attention or whatever
Right.
away from them to get what I need.
Right. Right. The ability to pour back is beautiful and
Right.
needed.
Like basically be a source of energy where I can self-perpetuate my own, needs. Like in
Right.
terms of like self-sustaining, like I can perpetuate that self-sustaining like mindset, but I can also bring energy and positivity or whatever and information to other people around me. Like one man
Beautiful.
army.
Beautiful. Oh, one man army. Let's go. Okay. I love it. Um, Anybody else, how would you say that you are unapologetically yourself?
I would say once I learned to live in my purpose, things started falling in line to the point where there's no need for apologies. Mistakes will be made, but those are just stepping stones to learn. So a lot of times where it could have been a place where I would apologize, now it's just no, show me what was right. You know what I mean? And it's just a place for me to become the better me that I'm on my road to becoming.
Right.
So
Right.
there's really no need for apologies when you living in your purpose and doing the right thing.
That's my favorite P word. Purpose. I love it. I love it. How about
Like,
you
don't get me
guys?
started on words, man.
I say with myself, I go back to like what I was saying earlier with the transparency, and kind of what Pretty Blicky was talking about, you know what I'm saying? Just completely being yourself without, you know, you have a whole bunch of different outside voices telling you who you should be, but, you know, remaining and having integrity in who you are and accepting that for what it is, you know, and not
Being 10
letting
toes on
anybody
yourself.
tell you based on what you look like or how they perceive you, who you should be, you know, and just I mean, for myself, it's just like moving within that and then moving within my purpose. And I feel like um both of what they said, it kind of resonates with me just in me being unapologetically myself, you know, because you start to move within your purpose when you stop caring about what everybody else view you as,
Right.
because you start to like have that tunnel vision where you like align with what your purpose is, because I'm not trying to be this, I'm not trying to be that, I'm trying to be me. It's one me. And at the end of the day, it's nobody else who can be you. I think Orville said it yesterday. It's nobody else who can be you. You know what I'm saying? You that's the specialty about you. It's nobody
Mm-hmm.
else who can be you. You don't gotta be you know, a lot of times, and I make this short, but a lot of times I know I'm a big NBA fan. And a
Right.
lot of times somebody starts to become something and they start to live within their purpose in the NBA and they start to put up numbers and go crazy and they always compare them to somebody else. And
Mm.
that always puts that ceiling over them that they gotta amount to that person.
There's
At
a
the end of the
saying.
day, you are you, you know, and I'll leave it at that.
No,
But
absolutely. There's a saying that comparison is the thief of joy.
mm-hmm.
Oh
And you
yeah.
know, is very true. It's very true in all aspects of your life. You know, even in romantic spaces, like you would hate to get involved with somebody new and then constantly have to be compared to like their past, you know, or like compared to like what they've experienced in their past. You know, you
I
always
don't
gotta,
care if your old
you
nigga took
find
you to
yourself like, I'm
Applebee's.
not that person. Like you
Nah,
constantly
bro.
saying that.
On a side
Um,
note, low, let me shout out Prince the Poet, one of the other artists who is on the tour.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and him had a conversation literally off of what you just said, how like he was having a moment where he was trying to figure out, bro, like how do I, and I'm like, yo, what's your name? Like what do you do? Breathe.
Yeah, facts.
Like just you trying to fit yourself into this. Nah, just be you. When you go on stage, if you nervous, tell them you nervous.
it's okay.
Start with transparency. Hey y'all, I'm nervous as
You're
hell.
nervous because you
Y'all ain't
care.
nervous? And you know, he went up there and he killed it.
Of
So
course.
yeah, that's just an example of like how I was saying, there are people around you who can bring that to you,
Yeah.
and then there's people who see that and be like, all right, bet, let me try that. You know,
And,
Uplift that.
and
Yeah.
can I piggyback on that real quick?
yeah,
I would say in what you just said, Pretty Blicky, you know, I feel like those experiences, it teach you more to be your unapologetically self, because you take times where you sit down and you're by yourself and you have to analyze, how do I move in these different situations? Who am I?
Right.
How do I approach it? So I just want to say that. But
Love that. Love that. Ooh. Ooh, this is an intense session, y'all. Okay. D, how about you? How are you unapologetically yourself?
I stopped apologizing.
Mm.
it's
Said, I ain't
the
apologizing.
shortest
I
path
ain't
of least resistance.
apologizing. Somebody, they appoint me out and they be like, "You being too loud. You doing the most right now." Okay. Nah, man.
Okay. I
Yo,
like
we
that.
good over here, bro. Like we
Right.
I like that. Listen, that's my new motto.
who's the
Okay.
volume police?
Okay.
Um,
Did I hurt your
so
feelings by existing? Like
Right.
that sounds like a personal problem. Like that shit ain't
yeah.
got nothing to do with me. um Guys, thank you so much for coming on and sharing so much wisdom and just parts of yourself, you know, and exchanging energy and time with me. I value and appreciate y'all so much. You guys are true kings. I'm gonna
Likewise.
just post up your Instagrams real quick one more time. Make sure people know where to follow these amazing artists. The names are down here. go on the gram, make sure you show some love, engage with their content,
Yeah.
subscribe to things. Don't just be a
Yeah,
follower
I got
and
a
just be
charity, so
creeping. Like,
you
like a picture, say, comment, share some
comment,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tag me or something. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
know what I'm saying? Stop playing.
Yeah, mention me. Show me it's real.
Fucking weirdos. Anyway. I'm gonna send y'all backstage. If you guys want to tune in on Facebook and YouTube to catch the rest of your crew on the show, by all means go ahead and do that. Thank you guys.
Hey, I got one last thing to say.
Yes.
Hi Donovan. Hi Danya. Hi Brianna.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, guys. Peace out. I will see you guys later.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Oh, that was awesome. All right. I am going to take a second to charge my laptop because I did not plug it in. But what I'm very happy about is that I'm wearing pants because, sometimes in this virtual world, we don't wear pants. And I was like, let me wear some pants in case I got to get up. And I'm glad I did that. We want to talk about transparency. I'm all about that shit. I'm very transparent. I'm going to call in our next group of amazing artists that's going to come and share some more of their knowledge. Let me just pull up this list real quick. All right, we got Q that's going to pull up and join us. Peace, Q. How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing good. And yourself?
Doing well. Please tell the audience where you are from.
Well, I'm from Philadelphia, West Philadelphia to be exact, but I've been up in Derby like a very large portion of my life, so I rep both cities.
Awesome. Well, welcome. And we've got a 2-for-1 deal here with Tim and Karaj. Peace, y'all.
You.
Everybody.
How are y'all?
Hey, everyone.
Good morning. Welcome. Where are you guys tuning in from? Or where are you guys from? What cities do you rep?
I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania.
I'm from Philly. Hey, what's up? And we both from Delaware.
Yeah.
All right. I was waiting for a couple more people to pop in, but I don't see them, but I don't want to waste time. So I'm just going to continue this conversation with y'all. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Yeah. We all ready.
Yo, this Cuba Gooding Jr. though, like Q, you are something else.
I'm goofy, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
I love it. I'm always here for the goofiness. Like I never mind it at all. All right, let me.
You already know. Q.
Yo, you got Pretty Blicky backstage cracking up. I know he's laughing at your Cuba Gooding Jr. I see him backstage laughing. We're gonna dig into.
Good to see you, man.
Yes. I'm gonna dig into these questions with y'all and let me see. All right. So last night was your first night of the tour, right?
Yep.
Are y'all
Yes,
on Cloud 9 still?
I say so. I'm still as you can see in artist mode. These shades ain't come off yet.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what you look like?
You
look like the Kanye West line when he's like, "Last night was mad real." You got like.
No, for real though.
I love it. How about y'all, Tim and Karaj? Y'all still on Cloud 9?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I still have a lot of adrenaline. I want to perform again.
Yeah, I'm.
Ooh, well, don't worry. Aren't y'all performing again tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So
Yes,
my first question for y'all is, what did the first day on tour teach you?
You want to go first,
go
ladies
first,
first?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go first, Q.
It taught me that people are really dedicated in what they do as far as their craft and stuff, because I treat poetry and hip hop hand in hand. So whether you make like turn up songs or you spit like, poetry, I feel like they both go hand in hand. So to see everybody go up there on the stage and like really express their experiences, like it showed me that like people are really dedicated.
Was that inspiring?
It's always inspiring. It's inspiring all the time because like I've done a lot of open mics and stuff. So most of the time I hear, you know, like songs, like as far as, you know, hip, like stuff you might hear on the radio or something. But to see people really go up there and spit poems, oh man, it's nostalgic. Because I started off with poetry.
I love it. I love it. That's where things started for you in poetry.
Yes.
Is that what you said? Cool. And that's usually the case with a lot of vocalists and musicians, and a lot of people start. Poetry is like the gateway drug to to all of this. It's the weed in this bitch, not.
That would be me.
Sure. I was sparking up before I came on here. I'm like, I didn't know if I could smoke on here. I want to draw.
He's trying to get the nerves down. I feel you.
Exactly. That's why we're still in the way.
Hot box.
Hot boxing. So Tim or Courage, whichever one of you wants to go first. What was something that you learned on the first day of touring?
I would say definitely have a routine for yourself. So this is my first tour ever as an artist, like period, because this is my first time venturing out on my own, performing my own. So it's kind of like I had like a little routine for myself, but then like it made me also really sit there and realize like I really don't have a routine to like get myself zen, to get myself centered, focused. Because you know, obstacles happen like even prior to like 5 minutes before the show, and you're just like, oh my gosh, and you don't have like a routine for yourself to reach yourself. But like, I was able to, like the host said, he was like, I was able to like meditate quick, but it made me really realize like I need to like take some time and really as an artist find a routine for myself, like where I can step to the side and just focus myself no matter what happens. And I think that was a good lesson.
No, that's great. That's a great lesson to learn on the first night. Because you don't realize how much you actually do need to get yourself mentally prepared before stepping on that stage. And you're speaking from the perspective of like an artist, a performer. Like, can you imagine like as the curator and the organizer and the producer of a project, like it's the same intensity. It's the same, like, I need a routine. I need like, you guys weren't backstage before I went live, but I was there like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And I saw them backstage laughing, but like I knew they weren't laughing at me. I knew that they understood that feeling, and that was my way of like, that's my way of centering myself, is acknowledging how I feel. And then I basically tell myself, fuck it, let's go. We got shit to do.
That's the first step.
Like, all right, it's time to up. It's time to boss up. Do this.
Yes. Tim, how about you? What was your lesson?
So actually after every show, I sit there and before I go to bed, I meditate every night and I think about what I did not wrong, but what I could have done better, what I should have done, what I feel I should have done, and all of that, because I'm very analytical of myself when it comes to my shows and my stage persona. And last night I was mad tired because we had right from Philly to the show. It was hot and I was mad antisocial last night, and I'm kind of upset about that because
I couldn't tell
energy. Like, I'm usually screaming my ass off. I'm like, let's go. So I need to like figure out a way to gain more energy in between times and moments like that, because thinking about that was like, man, I could have had so much more energy. I could have been popping off, but I was a little tired. So I learned that I need to figure out how to not be so tired all the time.
So you learn that you need to rest before.
Yeah.
You need to charge your social battery before you step into spaces like that,
battery.
Social meters are a serious thing. My friend taught me that about social meters. Like, she was the first person I ever heard. She was like, listen, sometimes my social meter runs up and I just needed 3 days to get back to myself. So then I'll be back. And like,
Right. It's crazy because we're all adults here learning this. And if only we would like teach children
Nah, for sure.
these things. I mentioned it earlier, I have a 6-year-old son and I do try to like teach him about, my son has a very short social battery. He socializes, but then he likes to just do his own thing, and sometimes teachers are concerned, but I'm like, nah, he's over it. Like, let him chill. And you got to be the same when you, as an artist, you have to know how to recognize. Sometimes, do you guys ever feel that you are spreading yourself too thin when you're like hopping open mic a couple times a week and things like that?
Yeah.
You feel burnt out?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love to perform. So I'm just like, I want to perform. There's 3 shows this week. I'm doing all 3. There's 5 shows next week. I'm doing all 5. Like, I love to perform. And I also play guitar. So I'm switching between playing in the band and rapping. And then sometimes I'm doing both in the same night. So it's like, for me, I'm always on go mode.
Well, this tour, and as the tour continues to grow and you guys, continue traveling, whatever the goal is for this tour, you got to remember that you got to make time for yourself to recharge, because you see it with celebrities all the time. They get burnt out. They faint on stage. Like, they cancel big concerts that get canceled because they're fatigued and dehydrated. So learning to be kind to yourself before you pour out and share yourself with others is really important. I'm glad that you guys learned a lot of those lessons. Thank you for sharing those lessons. People don't expect to learn these things. So
real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Another thing I learned yesterday is that she makes a mean pineapple upside down cake.
Oh my God, the infamous.
Shout out to Sheen.
I'm so jealous.
That John was.
I'm so jealous. I keep hearing about his food, his baking.
It's impressive.
I'm sure. I listen. I hear good things about his skills in the kitchen. So
he sold like 20 of them Johns last minute too.
Nice, good for him. Oh, I can't wait to talk to him later.
They came right back like, "Hurry up and take my money." Like,
so just take all my money. Just take all my money.
Take all of it.
I love it. I have another question for you guys. And I want to know, for you guys, what were you guys able to bring to the table when it comes to the tour, with as far as your artistry? What did you guys bring to the table?
I'll go first. I bring abstract lyricism and high vibration.
Abstract lyricism, like, can you tell me a little bit more? Like, what do you mean by that?
So, I, along with a lot of people who are on this tour, are a lot different than the music that you hear on the radio. This group is a very, very fucking high vibrational sense of consciousness and just good vibes. And that comes from everyone that's on this tour. Like, we are probably the most lyrical, most high vibrational that come out of the Philly and surrounding areas that you get.
Oh, I would agree with that. You guys I was stalking everyone and I was just like, yo, they out here spitting, like everybody, even the poets, like, whew.
Yeah, so like, as an MC, like, I love everybody, but we all are gonna think that we're the best. Like, that's the competition of hip hop. Like, that's is. So like,
I mean, but that's not a bad thing either. You know what I mean? That's a healthy way to like look at yourself, you know?
And we all bring out different aspects of the roots of hip hop and the roots of poetry and the roots of what MCing is. And like, for me, old school hip hop purist, like, I talk a lot of shit. So for me, being on this tour with everybody who's on it, I'm like, fuck yes, like, this is the type of shit that I want to be on. Like,
I love it.
Like, fuck, we should be the radio. If all of us were the radio, like, And I would have to
Right?
skip 10 times. Like, I
Right?
would
See?
or in Spotify and Apple Music.
I love the way you're thinking. I love the way you're thinking. Now, oh wait, hold on. Smooth baby. I see you. Turn your camera on so I can add you into the convo.
Yo, he had the jersey on last night, and it was his.
Most that.
Oh yeah, no, he gets busy. What? How about Courage or Q? Either one of you. What did you guys bring to the table when you came to this tour?
I bring vibes.
You brought the motherfucking
energy. I'm gonna make you feel good by the time I'm done performing. Like,
okay.
I definitely put you on like my homie said, high vibrations. Like fun fact, yo, we wore the same shirt. It's like we was here with it. We both wore Wu-Tang shirt. We knew.
Are you serious?
Yeah. For the Wu. We knew
we
the
saw each other
task
like
at
you
hand for today. Like mentally, we was here with it. And man, like I said, I've been performing for a long time. I've been spitting since I was 17 or 27 now. So I done did shows in South by Southwest, from my city all over, colleges to now being in Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore. So as far as performing go, I'm a veteran. Like nothing can throw me off my game. I don't care if it's 2 people in the room. By the time them 2 people leave, they energy is gonna be here.
Yes. You uplift it. You uplift the energy. I love it. I'm gonna call in Smooth baby joining us.
What it do, Smooth?
What's good, Smooth? Turn your camera on.
What's up, y'all?
Peace, King. Don't fight with the camera. Be nice.
The camera trying to black out on me. I'm trying.
He be aggressive. Nah, listen, Smooth. I got massive love for Smooth. You know, he from out here, so you know.
Everybody got bars, man. That's why I can't.
Everybody does have bars. Smooth, can you talk? Let me see if I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
I can hear.
We just can't see you.
We can't see you, but while you figure that out real quick, I'm gonna go to Courage and let me know, what did you bring to the table at the tour? I like the setup for the answer.
Good question.
She brought the motherfucking soul. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm learning to boost my. Sorry, I would definitely say the soul and the vulnerability of an artist.
Are you typically a shy person?
And like, yeah. If you can't tell, like, if you can't, I can't tell, especially when it comes to like talking about myself. So it's just like, oh, what do you bring? I'm like, but I will definitely say vulnerability and soul, because like I'm most honest through my music. You know, like it's hard to talk about myself, you know, with just talking about myself, but like through my music is so much easier. That's why like there are songs where I will say, you know, I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself, because you know, recently there was a fellow artist of mine. She's a poet, and I finally got to like meet her in person, and she calls herself a storyteller. And you know, I told her that I really agree with that. Group of people out here that really are just meant to tell stories, and I feel like I am like one of the people where it's like, you know, I have a very, very big story to tell, and you know, it's hard to speak about it, so I'm gonna use my gift and sing about it.
Beautiful. Well, you are extremely gifted, and you know, I don't know if this is like, I have a message for you that you need. You're
buffering.
I am. Who, me? I'm buffering.
Wait,
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
I think it was just something.
Don't worry. I have a message for you though. When you have conversations about yourself, you need to approach them as if they are a song, because you need to get more comfortable in speaking highly of yourself. You are an extremely gifted young woman, and the story that you have to tell is here to help other people. So you need to, the same confidence that you have when you get on that stage to sing, like that's the confidence you need to keep and bring to conversations out off the stage. And I know that it's probably difficult for you because it's probably because you're a very humble person, but you got to know that you're the shit. And it's okay to be the shit and be humble. And I have a really good friend that has coined the term shumble, right? You got to be shumble. You got to know that you're the shit and be humble. And it's okay to have that balance. And don't be afraid to have that balance. And that's a message that I have for you. I don't know where it came from. Let's keep it moving. Yes, no, of course, I appreciate you, Queen. Now, Smooth, my brother.
Yo, what's good,
What's
JRose?
good?
What's going
Welcome.
on? What's up,
Where you
y'all?
tuning in from? Oh, you out there, but I know you from New York.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, man. Bronx, New York. You know the VBX will be next. You feel me?
All day. So I had asked the group, what is it that they bring to the table for the tour? What did you bring as far as your artistry? What did you bring to the tour table?
I bring energy. Of course, you know everything I spit is with aggression. So I bring energy, I bring lyricism, but I bring comfortability for you to be whatever type of artist you are. You gotta be comfortable in your artistry and confident in your artistry. So that's what I bring.
Absolutely. You do. I'll ask you the first question that I had asked. What did you learn on the first day of the tour?
Don't be hungry. Eat. Eat before you about to get in that bag. Because I think yesterday we all was hungry.
Damn, see, you forget to eat because you're so caught up in the moment.
Shit, I didn't.
Exactly.
He
He
was
definitely
like,
did. He's like, yo, y'all want this pizza?
That was the first thing I did.
Right.
Got some chicken and waffles.
Hey, that sounds good.
Rice and beans. I made sure.
Oh, right. Damn, he tore it up.
By the time
he was like, let me get breakfast and dinner.
I'm like, no, I'm cool.
I love it. I love it. That's a good lesson, though. That is a good lesson. As funny as it sounds, it's actually something that's really important. Make sure that you eat. Make sure you stay hydrated, and make sure you get rest. Make sure you prepare and send to yourself before you get on that stage. And these are all lessons that are really important. And all of you learned those in one day. So y'all learn fast. That's good.
I got a question for the questionnaire.
For the
whose job is it to even tell people that,
to eat?
No, not even that. Like, because when I first started performing, like I said, doing open mics and stuff, I just they treat you just sign up, you go up there and perform. But no, there don't be people out there like no type of health coach be like, yo, did you drink at least 2 bottles of water today? Did you eat before you go up there? Them lights is burning, bro. You feel me?
So that comes from so that's where we could talk about the importance of having a mentor. And a lot of people, you don't just, it's not about looking up to somebody. That's not a mentor. That's somebody that you admire. A mentor is somebody that you literally have constant conversations with about your life, your path. They guide you. And it's usually the best person to have as a mentor is somebody who is successful at what you want to do, right? So you got to go out there, meet somebody that's really successful at whatever your artistry is, and you actually ask them, would you be my mentor? They're the ones that would be checking up on you. They're the ones that are going to tell you, make sure you eat before you perform. Make sure you drink water. If you get lucky and you follow somebody like me on the gram, I talk about that shit all the time. I'll be on IG Live. I'll just have random conversations with people. I give messages from spirit to people. But you know, if you're looking for somebody to actually put you on to all the nooks and crannies about what, you know, your goals, your life path, definitely get a mentor, because that's the person that's going to tell you those little details that, you know, you don't normally see. You know, the host is not going to tell you to make sure you eat. They're not going to, they busy hosting, you know. So
They do low key though. They be like they got vendors and stuff. They be like, yo, it's some food in the bag.
yeah, well, that's really them trying to help the vendors make some bread.
Right.
Like that shit ain't even they
Yeah,
worried
that
worried
ain't.
about you.
They got vendors in the back. Nah.
There's
Yeah.
vendors in the back, you know. That's not really like I'm concerned about you because you need to eat before you perform. That's they
Right.
need to make money. Go back there and support.
Right.
That's what that's about. But I do have one last question for you guys. And this is a question that I am going to be asking everybody that's on the lineup is, what does it mean to be unapologetically you? What does that mean to you? And we can go around the table. Whoever wants to answer first, go right ahead.
All right, I got y'all. To be unapologetic. Are you talking about me in particular or just in general?
You
To be
in particular.
unapologetically me. Don't even get me started on like how much of a tongue twister it is for me to say that, but I'll be doing it. Like, you just gotta be yourself. You gotta be outgoing, and you gotta not be scared to, you know, accept criticism or change. Because I remember at one point in time, I used to give people like 32 bars like Cassidy. Like I said, I evolved as an artist from like poetry to just hip hop, like just all rap, like my 90s baby. So I just think about like the true culture of hip hop to now I'm in the element where I'm like, bro, just have fun with this shit, you know?
Yes. Yes. Enjoy it. Embrace it.
Indeed.
Nice. Who else? Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm an Aries, so it's my natural state
Hey,
of being.
fire sign. I love it.
It's my natural state of being to not give a fuck.
That is true.
For me, being unapologetically me is just living my life on a daily basis, because, like, what the fuck can anybody say to us? We are astral beings having a universal human experience in a meat sack. Nobody can tell us shit. We don't owe it. So there's no reason to not be you. So live your life.
Hey, I'm here for that. I love it.
Yeah, that's the life of an Aries.
I'm a Cancer. The complete.
Oh my gosh, y'all emotional asses. Go ahead.
See, you already know. You already know.
I know.
So it's like
both my kids are Aries, and my ex is a Cancer. So I know.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
That
I'm over
so
it.
Much fun. That sounds like so much.
I apologize.
It's okay. I'm a 2-year-old, and I just have a 2-year-old who's a Cancer, and I'm like, so this is how my friends must feel. Like, okay, I get it.
I love it. I love it. But how are you, Queen? How are you unapologetically yourself?
I feel like I'm just stepping into being unapologetically myself. So for me, it would be embracing the parts about you that you don't like, as much as you embrace what you do like about you. Because your flaws are a part of you too, and they make you a part of who you are. And in learning to embrace the steps that you're afraid of, facing fear instead of running away from it, things like just learning to accept those waves of life, and letting life transform you into who you are meant to be. I feel like that's the phase of being unapologetically me that I'm in. And so, I'm excited to see who comes out on the other side. I see her morphing, and I'm excited to see who I turn out to be. So, and this tour helped me.
I'm here for the growth, girl. Hello, keep growing. That's what we do out here at the Rose Garden events. I love it. Oh, look at the kitty.
He drawing.
Smooth. How
Yeah.
are you unapologetically you?
For me, it's just one, being who you are, accepting growth, but it's also being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm,
Everything in life you're not going to be comfortable in. But as long as you're confident within yourself, then you can be comfortable in any type of situation.
right.
And you just give it your all. So like if you're an artist, whatever you do in life, just give it your all. Like if you say you rap, give it your all. Don't go out there and cheat nobody. And this is
Right.
why I come with the energy I always come with. I don't care if it's 1,000 people in the crowd or one person in the crowd or nobody in the crowd. My energy will always be high. So
Mm,
that's just what it is for me. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. People don't like to be uncomfortable.
right.
You know what I mean?
Smooth.
For sure. So guys, I really appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna just put your Instagrams up real quick to make sure that these amazing people that watch this follow you guys. If they don't already follow, make sure that you guys follow. Make sure that you guys are, engaging with their content. These are amazing, talented individuals. They work really hard to create magic. They do things that all of us can't do, right? So we have to show appreciation for that, so give them a little like, give them a share, give them some comments, listen to their shit, stream their stuff, show some real love. Don't just be like, I see you. Be like, okay, and what else you got other than eyes? So yes, make sure that you guys show massive love and follow these amazing guys, these amazing individuals. Thank you guys. I cannot wait to see more of you. I can't wait to see where this tour takes you, or what you guys do after this. Like, I'm really I'm tapped in. So don't be mad. I'm gonna be stalking y'all.
Cool. What's the one boy name? I forget his
Having a song.
name. His motto, he was like, "You can follow me everywhere but home." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's tough.
I like that. I never heard that before.
He probably gonna say, I forget his name, but he was fire, man. He was the main actor.
Yeah, he was dope. Yeah, he was dope.
Okay. All right. Cool. So thank you guys. I'm gonna send y'all off backstage. If you want to jump into the Facebook or the YouTube to tune in over there and share some comments and share some love for the rest of the lineup, be my guest to do that. But it was great seeing you guys, and make sure y'all keep doing what y'all doing. All right.
You already.
Absolutely.
I'll let y'all, man.
It's easy.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh, such dope people. I'm loving this. Guys, I could see why all of you, these amazing people were selected to be a part of this tour. They are talented and they just really dope people to talk to. Like, I really do love. It's 11/11, guys. Make a wish, new beginnings, affirmations. Come on, lift that energy up. It's time. And perfect timing, because I'm going to be bringing in our next group of artists from the lineup. We have Prince the Poet coming to join us right now. Peace King, what's up? How are you?
Wow.
I've got and Reefer Madness pulling up. Peace.
Here, what's good? Peace.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good.
Prince, where are you tuning in from?
This room currently, like where I'm at, or where am I from?
Where are you from? What city you rep?
North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, Bull City. That where my grandma be. Yeah.
Hey, okay. Don't mind me. There is a little bit of a lag, I think, on your end. So if you hear like weird silence,
This hotel Wi-Fi.
yeah, it'd be like that. Reefer Madness, where are you? What city do you rep?
We from Philly mostly, Delaware County area. You know what I mean? Repping all over that. You know what I mean? Mostly based in Philly. We just trying to craft the sound for the city. You know what I mean? That's where our
Okay.
grandma said. Where you from? Where your grandma from? My grandma from Philly. You know what I mean? It's like we feel that.
All right. All right.
Right.
Well, welcome, gentlemen. Welcome. And we've got Macadam Blackheart joining us. Peace King, how are you?
Nigga.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy to see you. And where are you? What city you rep?
Brooklyn. Of course.
BK all day. Okay, New York is in the building. I'm happy to see New York getting represented on this tour. And I'm very happy to see the people that are representing New York are people that I know and that I love and admire their art. So thank you for that. We're gonna dig right into this interview, these questions. So my first question is, a lot of times we get into spaces with other artists and we do get inspired by other people. We don't always get inspired by celebrities or famous people. A lot of times we do get inspired by people that are our peers. So out of the tour, out of all the artists that you got to see during your first day of the tour, which artist made you want to go and grab your pen to start writing, and why?
For me,
It was Blicky and Q. Personally, I just like the energy, the way they came at things, and their flow. Also, Blicky was giving me a bit of advice before the show because I was nervous as hell. So yeah, I think it was Blicky and Q.
Nice. You guys were saying Reefer Madness.
oh yeah. For me, G4 Prez, his shit took me to another level. I liked him a lot. Like I said, I seen his Instagram post where he said I like to practice under the street lights and all that other shit before the show on Instagram. So I'm like, ooh, that shit hard. I was like, I gotta go. Like, you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, when I came in, I was looking for him and shit. Like, all right, how you doing this? And then he got on stage. He messed up a little bit on the first line. He broke it back. He was like, all right, and then just started snapping. I was like, ooh, I was just sitting in backstage, like, oh, like, I love that. You know what I mean? That's the one I like the most. That's the one that made me want to go grab something.
Love it.
For me, it was all the poets for real. All the poets had something. They had something originals, something that I really never heard before. And I'm like, dang, I could do something like that, something more. Like that. I really like that. I really liked every poet that was on the stage. They had me sitting I went and sat down. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be somebody in the background. I'm gonna go sit down and really digest this. It was really great.
Now, did it change your perspective or did it add like more value to your perspective on poetry?
I felt like I could talk about what I go through more, like sometimes you want to like make everybody be able to relate what you're going through, so you be a little vague, but everybody, they really was speaking about, exactly where they came from and stuff like that. So I like I got 5 brothers, and not many people can relate to having 5 brothers. So, I like to talk about things people could relate to. And then that makes me like more open to what I go through, that people might go through.
Oh, I love it when y'all give props to the poets. I'll be like, thank you.
I'm a poet myself. I really love poetry.
Yes.
It's a different shaman right here. You know what I'm saying? He gonna open up with a piece for us tomorrow. Trust me. Y'all go see that. Y'all go see that tomorrow. I promise.
Okay.
Or
Tonight, right? Yeah.
Yeah, today.
Macadon, how about you? Who had you wanting to run, get into that pen and that pad?
Well, of course. Well, Kenny, I know about Kenny, so I kind of like I knew she had, but at the same time, it's still like, damn, smooth, uh, pretty blicky.
Smooth.
I'm like, okay, pretty blicky. Had me like, okay. I finally got my dose of that for the night. I got that like what I like like what that sound that I like gravitate to. I found that in him, and so I enjoyed his set precisely because of that. But I had to say, like G4 Press caught me off guard because I never heard him before. When I did finally hear him, I guess you if I'm being honest, you look at people and just off appearance alone, it's like okay, you have whatever perception you have, but then you hear them and it's like I did not see that coming. Yeah, G4 Press, I did not see that coming, and that is the truth. That is the truth. I did not see what G4 Press did coming. I did.
So it was like a good surprise. It was a good surprise.
Yeah.
And I love that because let me tell you something about Macadon, right? That y'all might not know. Like I personally know him. He's been to my open mics in the past, and he was always the guy that would be sitting in the corner writing during the show. Like, don't talk to nobody really. Like he'll engage and say what's up, but then after a while, he sits in the corner with his book and his pen, and he just be writing. Just like off the top, and that is like for me so impressive. And then he'll get up and read what he just wrote. Like I just wrote this sitting down at the table and spit some fire. You be like, yo, that's how you do it. That's how you coming through. It's gonna do it like that.
Yeah.
So to hear you talk about people that inspire you, you know, I could. That's why I'm like, who made you want to grab that pen and that pad? Because I know how you are.
Yeah.
I have another question for y'all. And it's more about how you are as creatives. So if you can give us a sneak peek of your creative process or steps that you've taken to polish your craft.
Definitely just sitting down and writing. Being by myself, listening to other art or flow, rap, poetry, whatever, just having a long time to be able to sit and write. That's normally how I get things started.
So you're more comfortable in that
Y'all still see me?
Yeah, we see you. There's just like a little bit of a lag when you speak, but that's, you know, we're working our way through it.
Appreciate it. But yeah, that part. Just being able to be in my own space.
Good. That's important. That way you don't have to like depend on being around others or with other people to create. You can kind of, you know, do it on your own. How about you, you guys? How do you guys prepare? What's your creative process? What are some things that you do to polish your craft?
Well, for us, we mostly in the studio together. Reefer Madness, like we a collective. So like it's more than this. Like it's only really technically 3 members. Lomax is actually a part of another group and collective that we work with on a daily basis and all that other stuff. So he just family and we just known each other since high school. So we just like, yo, we doing this together. We from the same city. We gonna grow together. But usually our writing process, we have Don Voltron make a beat, and then we just sit there, smoke, and
Play the beat.
Just hey, yo, you feeling something? Put that pen to the pad. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there talking. Hey, yo, listen to this. You know what I mean? Just get the essence. We in the basement. We mix and record our own shit. So everything that we got is right in front of us. So with that, usually we go in there. Hey, nah, come on, cook something up. What we doing? So find the sample, get that drum right. We sitting there, we smoking, drinking, we doing what we got to do, and then we just, you know what I mean? Put that pen to the pad. Let's go.
Is there a level of like accountability where you guys hold each other accountable to come through and hold your weight?
Hell yes. Like wherever one is slacking that, the other one got to pick up. If you not doing good at this performance, hey bro, we got to work on that because you do. My man's Quan, another member of the clique and whatever, he messed up on our last show with one of his songs that he haven't performed in a while. So while we here doing this, hey, the same people that threw that show, they got another promo and practice thing coming up. Next thing, no show. You do that show by yourself. Work on that. Get that right. Dave, he wasn't always like, he was always a writer, but he wasn't like always putting like the front, yeah, like over the beat and like getting on beat
Right,
like being
right.
like a rapper. But it was just like, yo, it's ways to craft around that. And then for the performance, still save your pieces for that. So open us up. So it's just like we always feed off each other, go back and forth, hold each other accountable. Where I mess ups, even me, I'm the big guy, so like my breath control be messing up. Mo, you gotta chill out on them cigarettes, bro. Like, don't you gotta like, you know what I mean? You sounded like you dying up there. I don't want you. All right, cool. So we got to do that. We have to do that. Our processes together, and yeah, that's how we do it.
Right, right. Awesome. Amazing. How about you, Macadon? What's kind of your creative process? What are things that you do?
I would listen to a song from like an artist that I'm currently like either they're my favorite or someone that I'm a fan of in terms of lyricism.
Mm,
Like there's artists that I'm like I listen to them for like emotional inspiration, and then there's artists that I listen to for lyricism inspiration.
mm.
And so listen to one of those, either one of those that kind of artist, and then I'll I'll allow myself to write wherever lines come to mind, like just nothing in particular. I'll start
Right, right.
with just anything. And I think what I've been exercising more is to literally detachment in terms of not not worrying about what comes up, not judging not judging what comes up, and not not completely like giving up on it.
Mm.
Or like even if I do judge it and I'm not 100% confident about it,
You just kind of
I'll
let it be.
yeah,
Right.
that's what it's about. Because I realize with things that I sit on, they can become something monumental later if I come back to it and give it another chance.
Right.
And so
Right.
that's where I'm at with my creative process.
Mm. I love it. That's very raw and um like that, touching back on what you said, like not judging what you write, you know, because a lot of times when we do write, we constantly put ourselves in a space where we're writing for others, you know, to listen to us, and we kind of either water down or we kind of change what we're saying to, because we're trying to appease like who's listening. But when you're just kind of like let it be and write whatever came out and embrace and accept whatever came out, that like that's a great place to be creatively. Um, yeah. So I have one last question for you guys. And this is a question that everybody on the lineup is answering. Everybody that I've spoken to so far today has answered this question. And of course, this is the Unapologetically Me
Big big.
Tour. So I want to know, in your opinion, what does it mean to be unapologetically yourself? You can go ahead, Prince.
Oh shit, be me. Be happy in whatever I'm doing. Be free. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Shit, just doing whatever the hell makes me smile. That's me being unapologetic. You feel me? Like just that part.
Mm, I love that. Do whatever makes me smile. I love that.
You pretty much that's pretty much it right there. I mean, it's just that I'll sum that up as taking pride. So that's my answer to be unapologetically me is to be prideful of self, be prideful
Ooh,
of myself.
I like that. How
And the
about you, fellas?
same thing goes for us. Like, don't answer to nobody but God and your mama. Like be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't let nobody think
There
that
you
you
go.
can't do something. Like, exactly. Like, don't let nobody think you can't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stop taking self doubt from other people. You feel what I'm saying? Stop adopting self doubt from what people think about you and all that other stuff. Be you.
Don't be sorry about that shit.
And don't be sorry about nothing. Don't be
Mm.
sorry about a goddamn thing, and don't regret shit. It happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And if it did, if you feel like it didn't happen for a reason, hey, make something out of it.
Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
Be
give it a
unapologetic.
reason. Give it purpose.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's it.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you guys came through. I'm telling you, like today has been, you guys have all come through with such amazing energy and just the knowledge, sharing like what you experience and all that. I really love and appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna just post real quick your Instagram so that people know where they should be following you guys. And that way, they can connect with y'all. So make sure that you connect with the squad. These are some amazing artists that are part of this
Can I say hi to
Unapologetic
my Nana?
tour.
She watching me on Facebook.
What happened? What did you say, Prince?
Can I say hi to my Nana? She watching me on Facebook. Hey, Nana.
Oh, of course.
Hey, Nana. All right, I'm good.
Hey, Nana.
What's good? What's good, Grandma? Shit. Everybody over here.
That is so
Oh my God.
sweet.
I'm about to cry.
That is so sweet. No, listen. I did
That's
not
my best
grow
friend.
up with grandparents. That's your best friend?
That's my best friend. Yeah, I tell her all my deepest, darkest secrets, even the shit I'm scared to tell Jesus.
I love it.
Chill out, don't do all that.
See, that's how my kids are with my parents. My parents are their best friends. I didn't grow up with grandparents because they all passed away before I was born. So like I have this like kind of void in my heart as far as like not having grandparents. So when I see people really love their grandparents, like it touches me. So
Yeah.
hey grandma.
That queen raised me, that's why though. That's what it is.
Listen,
Hey, Nana. Shit.
that's very special. So I want to thank you guys for joining the conversation. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna send you guys off. You guys can jump into Facebook or YouTube and tune in for the rest of this last segment. I'm gonna bring in all the organizers of this amazing tour and I'm gonna talk to them. So make sure that you catch that if you can. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy and your wisdom. I appreciate you guys, and you guys are gonna kick ass tonight. So good luck out there tonight. All right, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Peace.
Peace and love.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was amazing. Listen, now I every segment I'm just like, I'm not surprised why these amazing individuals were selected. Not only are they talented, but they are just dope people. And that's what we do, these things. Having these Q&As and having stuff like this is for you to see that there's more to the artist than just their talent. They have wisdom, they have knowledge, they have experiences, and those are the things that they transcend into their artistry. So without further ado, we're going to go into our last segment. I'm going to bring in our some of the curators and organizers of this amazing tour. I'm going to bring in Lethal Poets coming to the room. We're going to have Frank Expression. Peace Queen. Hey, hey, Frank Expression joining us. Hey, Frank and Kareen
doing?
Latoya. Peace, peace, peace.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well,
How
doing
you
well.
feel after your first night? Y'all did that. Y'all did that.
Thank
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
that's
you.
good.
And y'all got more to do.
Man.
I'm gonna just keep flowing the conversation. I'm not sure if any of the other organizers pop in. I'll bring them into the convo. But for now, we're just gonna chop it up with the three of us. I didn't write too many questions for y'all because I know that there was gonna be like a deeper explanation of things. So I do have these two questions for y'all. This first one is how do you see this tour growing and impacting the creative community?
Claire, that's your question. I'm sorry. That's your question.
I was
No,
like,
that's
I
on
was
you.
waiting for either Frank or Toya to sit there and be like, so Claire, you want to start off? Right. Well, being the founder and CEO of the Poetry Collective, where I eventually see the tour going is beyond just being in cities. We want to impact the schools, right? Because a lot of youth, a lot of adults don't have these spaces where they can develop as artists. During the pandemic, it was alarming for me as an educator to hear how many adults missed out on this creativity as kids, adults, adolescents. And it just shows the impact of what we are doing with the Poetry Collective, showcasing that you can do it too. Beyond just being an artist, you're multifaceted. There's certain skills that you have that other people need to learn to sit there and develop themselves as a business, personally, and also as an artist. So how do we do that as a collective? How do we create that ecosystem? So that's where the Unapologetically Me Tour comes from, right? Where we are allowing independent artists to be their unapologetic selves, seeing them throughout this entire interview. I'm proud of all the artists that were able to show up. And I understand for those who weren't, because yesterday was a long night and tonight's going to even be longer, right? And we get to party with each other. So I get it. And I'm so proud of them. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have met every single one of you last night. And I can't wait to see the magic that you guys get to produce tonight as well. So that's mine.
Aww. That's so sweet. Now, just piggybacking on kind of that question for Kareen and Frank, now that you've been brought into this vision, and you've enrolled yourself in this vision, because it obviously this vision is aligned with your purpose, right? And your path. So what is something that you want to gain from being a part of this tour?
You're really just firing hard. You're just coming hard with all of these questions. Oh, boy.
That was off the top, too. I didn't even write that one down.
Oh, man. I don't even know if I can answer. I need to process it. I'm just going to be just throwing all the questions aside.
I mean, well, think about it like this: if you to kind of dig deeper into the answer, right? What is something that once this tour is over, like, what is something that you want to be proud of, about from this tour? What is something that you're like, you want to walk away and be like, wow, I was a part of this, and this is what I'm most proud of this.
Well, not even but who I'm most proud of is Claire, to be honest. Like, life has thrown curveballs. So whereas I was meant to be there, I'm not. I'm still in the UK, but it's like been such a big blessing to just watch everything that's happening from my side. So to be able to actually just view everything happening on screen last night, it was just like, wow. And I was saying to my mum, it's a much bigger thing than I think any of us really realizes. Like, we know that it's going to go far. I said to him, like, not too long, it's like, can you imagine how far this thing, like, when this thing actually gets to like that next level and levels beyond? So I guess like what I'd say is, in regards to what I'd be most proud of at the end of this, is everyone's perseverance. Because we've been planning this for months.
Yeah, this is not something that you just whip up in the kitchen and
We've
it in the
been
microwave.
planning this for months. We've been having meetings after meetings. Like, the artists don't know. I don't think they know how much has been happening. To everyone who's watched it last night, who was there in person, it's been a lot. And like, when I say we've had to literally deal with curveballs in regards to I was meant to be there, it's not happened. So I'm just like, just chilling in the UK right now.
Like,
But it's like, it's the fact that there is so much resilience from the team, from Claire, from everyone around, to be able to just pick things up. There's been certain last minute things that's happened,
yeah,
which, literally last minute, it's just like, I was meant to host.
yeah,
And then last minute, we had to get, soil.
right.
So the resilience, the way in which everyone's able to literally like operate and put their best foot forward.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Girl, you preaching to the choir over here, because I know what it's like. And it's crazy, because when you finish and you have such a successful event or project, and people come up to you and they're like, oh my God, this was great, oh my God, I had such a great time, this is beautiful, and you're just like, yeah, I just jumped off the roof like 7 times in my head, so thanks. I'm glad you liked it. Because they don't see, but then that's the beauty, right? Even though it's like crazy, that's the beauty of it. They get to experience what you wanted them to experience. They get to experience the happiness, the joy, and you just get to lose your mind and barely even be present, because you can't. The fact that like you actually being away and having to watch it virtually, for you, like, you were able to be way more present than anybody that was physically there, because people ask me all the time, oh, did you have a good time at your event? And I'm like, the event is over and I'm thinking about the next event. Like, I had no time to fully be present. And people don't get to see that. They don't get to realize that, does anybody check on you, see if you ate? Does anybody make sure you drinking your water? Ain't nobody doing that for you.
There's a reason why Claire is hiding, because even though I'm not present, like, physically, Garrett, if you ask her what my message to her was yesterday morning, first thing this morning, it's literally a checklist, and on that checklist, it's eat. Like,
it's crazy. You literally have to put it on a paper as a list, like checklist. Okay, I gotta eat, because you will forget. You will.
Yeah, I've given her times as well. It's just like, at this point, you need to eat. At 6 o'clock tonight, you need to eat before everything kicks off.
Right. Frank, how about you? What's your take on this tour and the potential that it has?
I'm really excited about the impact that we're making on the industry, because it's growing, it's booming, like right now as we speak, and we're part of it. And so it's an honor to be a part of it. It's an honor to keep continuously network with all these artists and see where they even go, because we never know. We give them something. What are they going to give to somebody else? We're all passing on all our notes, all our advice, and it's really becoming what it should be, which is the collective.
It's true. And you hit the nail on the head. Like, you're creating a space for people, right, to be unapologetically themselves, which in turn is giving them confidence. It's giving them an opportunity to be seen and heard and feel like their voice is valued, their experiences are valued, right? And there's this magic, this higher vibration that comes with being more confident in yourself. And then these artists I'm getting goosebumps right now. This is like I'm speaking, like these artists are going, like this confidence that they're going to have from being on this tour is going to open doors for them. They're going to get opportunities, and you're going to sit down, and a couple years down the line, there's going to be artists in this lineup that you're going to see selling out stadiums. You're going to see them being invited to meet like politicians. You're going to see this and you're going to be like, wow, I was a step in that path, in that person's path, you know? And that's what this tour is essentially going to do for these artists, you know. And the fact that you're mixing, you know, lyricists with poets as well, and vocalists, like there's, you know, that inclusivity, that like it's all poetry, like all of it, you know. I used to think that everything was art, but now I think everything is poetry, you know, even art itself. And you guys are creating this space for people, and I'm proud of seeing it. I'm in my head right now. I'm like, I should just rent a car and just fucking go out there right now and just show up. Like that's how I'm feeling right now. Don't be surprised if that happens. But that's the, you know, having people feel like that is beautiful. That means that you're doing something amazing. Now, as far as this vision, right? What was the scariest part before? Like, what was the scariest part of yesterday? Like, as your day one? I'm looking at you, Lito.
Let me tell you something. Everybody who was physically there, they could feel the anxiety, the stress, because I'm trying to tell you, Queen, you name it, it happened. And I'm like, oh, fix it, Jesus. I'm like, all right, cool. Bet. That happened. All right, what can I do for this? That happened. All right, cool. What can I do for this? I'm like, oh, can't be in multiple directions. All right, now I gotta delegate. But after it all, like just being around my team, being around some of our service vendors as well, who also see me and they also understand, like separating from another business partner to now doing this all by yourself and handling it financially by yourself, it's rough. Like I don't think people understand it, even from like an artist aspect. They're just like, all right, cool, like we get this, we get that, but there's just like there's also a price and a value associated with that, right? And sometimes we forget, like even those who are organizing this, they're not the richest of people. Like I used to teach, y'all, teachers don't get paid.
Right.
Just trying to sit there and maneuver this space and just seeing the faces of everybody, like being in a new venue that they never thought, like, oh wow, where was this gem that I needed a while back? And it's just like, I feel like even as artists, we have to share amongst in the community, because it's just like the more we start infiltrating these spaces, the more we can sit here and leverage these spaces to do these types of events. So now we're partnering with different types of partnerships to now help elevate the community, which is the most impactful thing of them all. And I think that like when organizing, we sometimes forget that and sometimes get our egos involved. And like once you remove that, understand and seeing the faces of the artists coming up to you like, yo, thank you, Queen, for doing this. This meant the world for me, and you curated this experience for me. That was it for me. Seeing the faces of the artists and receiving that kudos from them, just it was everything. That was
it
the
makes you
the
forget.
pain I needed.
It makes the pain a little bit
Okay, it's
more
still hurt, but like
powerful.
no band-aid right now.
I feel you. Times I'd be like, why the hell am I doing this? And then you get that artist that comes up to you and tells you how you've impacted their life just by creating a space, and you're just like, okay, it's worth it. I know why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this. How about Frank, for you, what was one of the biggest challenges that you had on day one?
Just that morning, because once everything exploded yesterday morning, I'm still at work, being a regular human being, and so I'm dealing with work projects that are ending.
He's like, I'm being a
And this
law-abiding
project
citizen.
on on all sides, and like even being an artist as well on the same day, it was on stage where I finally got to relax. That's where I was finally able to release, and that helped everything. And I'm ready to just go back and do it again tonight, honestly.
Hey, here
Just
we
because
go.
that's what all the artists are here for. That's what the admins are here for, so we can all have that release.
Yes, yes. And Kareen, I would assume, I mean, I know that you had to have face, I mean, you had last minute challenges, but for you on for yesterday, I guess for you, what was the hardest part for you yesterday?
Oof. The hardest part is just the fact that I'm not able to be there. Like, I think from even Thursday when the photo shoot was happening, it was just like, I'm going to block each of you until I'm salty, I'm mad, but you know what? In the same breath, I'm just like,
She
everything
said I'm
happens for a
salty.
reason. Everything happens for a reason, and you know, it's it is difficult because I know how much it is. Like, I do events this side anyway. Well, when life used to happen, I was doing events, so I know what it's like. And then I see a bit of myself in Claire where this woman just won't eat. So it's just like little, because I know like what it's like for me on my end. I can see that for her, if no one's there to literally just be like, woman, food,
Yeah,
important. Like, I've already set one of the other guys on her. It's just like, you need to remind her to do X, Y, and Z.
right,
So it's difficult because I know that I'm not there to physically help. It's like the last minute thing. So an event is literally never done until it's all complete. So there is still
right.
going to be last minute bits to do before
Yeah,
something kicks off. So it's like, even like that little run around, which I couldn't do, I couldn't help with because,
yeah. No,
you
that
know,
like, do we have a battery for the microphone? Can someone get a battery for the microphone? I've been there, sis.
so yeah, it's
Like a
literally
9 volt, 9 volt.
it's literally just that, I think. And then even I think like what I must say, like my biggest curveball is the fact that I was meant to virtually host as well. So the anxiety is not even knowing what's going on. It's difficult to reach anyone because obviously no one's really going to be paying attention to their phone at this point in time.
No, not at
So
that
it's just
point.
like, I'm
I
kind of
know.
in the dark.
I texted Lethal last night, and as I'm sending the text, I'm like, "Oh, she's in the middle of this." So,
Yeah, just
so I
call
had
her.
to send another text and acknowledge that I knew she was busy, and I wasn't trying to force her
Yeah.
attention on me. So I was like, "I'm sorry. I know that you're in the middle of thing. Let's talk later, but I just want to let you know this, because." I forgot. I was like, oh shit, she's in the middle of madness right now. She's probably gonna look at her phone and throw that shit away. Like, JRose, why are you texting me right now?
No, she must
You
have got
know
sick
I'm
and tired of
working.
me. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm sure Claire's had a million and one messages from me. And it's just like, I just need to know. I need to know what's going on. Like, do I need to look human or can I just curl up in bed? Like, what's going
Oh,
on? But yeah, just a big, big, big shout out to all of them there.
yeah.
I can't be there, but everyone's doing what they need to do. And I'm just like, I love you guys.
Makes a big difference having that type of support. Now, you guys are not safe from the question. I have this last question for y'all. It's the question that everybody answered. And I think it's important to hear it from the administrators of this tour. What does it mean to you to be unapologetically yourself?
I'm wondering if CEO first.
She doesn't want to go yet.
Do you know what? Because I'm still like off mute. I'd say to be unapologetically me is to. It's what G said. To be honest, G4 prayers. What he said. Don't apologize. And I learned that just from being. It's like it's crazy. I've been performing for so many years, and it's crazy when I learned to be unapologetically myself. It was in my 20s, and I was like, hold on, I've messed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So actually, go back to exactly what you were taught when growing up, when it came to performing, when it came to doing the piano performances, the stage performances, the score. You don't apologize because no one knows your work.
Mm.
Like no one knows it, only you. So do what you must. Just do it with your whole chest, and then when you're done, you're done. No one knows, and it's being proud of myself as well for the things that I have done, acknowledging anywhere I've messed up, and saying, "All right, cool." Basically, what your shirt is saying, keep growing, right? So it's literally just it's learning the key lessons as I go, without feeling frustrated about things, without feeling like, do you know what, I've failed. No, you haven't. Like failure, according to one of my uncles, is when you stop, like when you actually just give up completely. That's when you fail. So to be unapologetically myself, it's just do me without saying anything to anyone, apologizing to anyone, and being proud of who Kareen Latoya is.
Yes, as you should be. That's right, Queen. How about you, Frank? What does it mean to you to be unapologetically yourself?
To me, it means to understand that there's no such thing as good and evil. Everything is kind of subjective. Like even just this tour and the collective, we're being watched. Everybody's paying attention, trying to see where we're going to move left or right. But it's up to us to move in direction that we think is best for us. You know, without any too much outside influence. Because what we're doing here is for the artist. What I'm doing is for more so me as an artist, you know, adding to the collective. And that's nothing to apologize for because I know it's for a higher purpose. So that's what it means to me.
My favorite P word, purpose. Love it. Lito, how about you, Queen?
For me, to be unapologetic is to exist, right? I think sometimes we forget about that component. Being people of color, just being able to be your true self is being unapologetic. However, that looks like to you. Sometimes it is verbally saying that, mentally saying that, spiritually affirming that. And as an artist, it's just understanding that your sound, your message has the same power as those who came before you and for those who are going to come after you. Like your message needs to be heard the way you say it because it's meant for that audience. And remember, there's billions of us out there. So regardless if it starts off small, because that's where all artists start off. And I think sometimes as independent artists, and because of this pandemic, some of us have allowed our egos to kind of outweigh where we're currently at. And that's not an issue. Definitely keep that vision, but also create the smart goals to hit that vision. Because we can talk about it, but what are you going to do about it? Because here at the Poetry Collective, we're doers. We're not talkers. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we have the Unapologetically Me Tour. So it's just like sometimes we got to sit back and really think about, like, all right, cool. Am I honoring the message that I'm relaying to my audience? Am I able to sit there and really live this truth? Because we can't, and I guess this is also me plugging in the book, right? It's no cat for a reason, right? Like, you got a message that the world needs to hear. You do. So let it out, be yourself, and understand that there is a platform out there for you. You just got to believe in yourself. Because what's the difference between us and those who are a little bit further than us is how they spend their 24 hours. So be mindful as to how you spend your time because that is something we don't get back. Like for me, yes, a lot of money was put into that, but guess what? I'm going to get it right back because that's how the flow of abundance works and the law of reciprocity works, right? I could sit here try to get the bag, but I'm more so trying to help others and impact them and instill in them, regardless if you're on this tour or not. You can do this yourself. And it doesn't have to be as grand as this. It could be smaller and then you can grow from there. That's it. It's all about growth, understanding, and development. So that's what it means to be your unapologetic self.
I love that. I love that. You guys all spoke so many like true facts about being it's all, you know, perspective. It's all wherever you are in your place, what that means to you. And I feel like a lot of people answered that question in a very in sync way. But then that's what happens when you bring like-minded people together. You know, it elevates the vibrations, it intensifies the energy, and everybody seems to be on the same page. Everybody seems to have the same goal, you know, but they just all have their own path to that goal. And everyone seems to be doing it in such a lovely way. I'm so proud of you. Not just, you know, not just you as a person, as an individual, but you allowing yourself to work with others, allowing other people to kind of carry you also along this journey, because you can't do it by yourself. You know, you can, but it's not even worth it. It's not scalable doing it by yourself. You're putting together this tour, you need support, and I'm so grateful that you were able to find the right people to have your back and to work with you. I'm grateful that you were able to find a great lineup of artists that bought into your vision as well. So I'm very proud of you. I cannot wait to see where this tour goes. Like, I see this going all over the country. I see it going all over the world. It's very possible. And you know, I don't even see it taking too long to happen. You know, I feel like it's very possible to start traveling a lot sooner than you're expecting it. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you, like Frank said, people are watching, and the right person's gonna watch, and they're gonna want to help in other ways. So keep it up. What time is the tour? What time is the show tonight? Where is it? Can you tell people? Because, you know, we got to let people know if they're in the area to pull up.
Absolutely. So tonight doors open at 6:30. We're gonna be in Baltimore. We're gonna be at La Familia Arts and Media Center. So guys, pull up. We would love to have you. We have an amazing lineup. Headliners are all women, and there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Because we want to showcase, like, yo, like, there are women out here who have powerful voices and powerful platforms. And as y'all see, there's predominantly men on in the Unapologetically Me Tour. For the women that are part of the tour, I hope that you're looking towards these headliners. I hope that you're able to network with these women and see where you guys can grow from there, right? Everything
Yes.
was done in intention for y'all, right? So I'm a type of person for balance. So that's why I did it like that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm all for the balance, and I'm always here for women empowerment, you know. Especially because they always saying that we're catty and we fight and we hold each other back and things like that. But for me, it's like, I don't know what world you're living in, because the world I'm in, like, we adjust each other's crowns, we uplift each other, we push each other to get through our adversities. Like, so I don't know what reality these other people have, but that's not the world I live in. And I'm grateful that I get to experience life that way. Because I don't know it would suck for me to be like, I hate women and I can't trust them. Like, how could I not trust someone who is me? You know? That means I don't trust myself. So this is why I love when I hear platforms doing stuff like this. I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I want to thank you guys for even considering me to host this. I'm honored. I'm flattered. I'm like, I couldn't believe that you guys reached out to me. I was like, me? You want me to do this? Oh my gosh, yes. So thank you, you know, because even in that, although I'm not a performer, I'm getting the same feeling of like the confidence. I'm feeling heard. I'm feeling seen and valued. And you know, so it's not just the performers that get to benefit from this tour. You know, everybody gets a little bit of the piece of the magic, and I want to thank you for sharing that with me. I wish you guys a great night. Hopefully I might work some magic and come out. If I can't, I will be there in spirit. Have a great night. Those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I hope you followed everybody. And I'll see you guys when y'all gotta come to New York. So I'm waiting. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Did you have any last words, Lethal or Kareen or Frank, to tell the audience before I say we close out?
I love how she keeps ducking and diving.
I see her, right?
Just to reiterate, Claire, are there still tickets for virtually?
Oh, absolutely. There's
All right,
unlimited
cool.
virtual tickets.
There we go. So
So,
people need to lock in if they cannot make it as well. Like simple
Yeah,
as.
what is the like where can people purchase virtual tickets or
oh,
just get information
if
on that?
if they go to the Eventbrite page, you could purchase it just like that. And I believe as
And
long as you
is it the Eventbrite page, the Poetry Collective?
yes.
All
Mhm.
right. So you heard it here, guys. Eventbrite. I'm gonna type it in the comments so y'all don't go
Literally.
to Eventbrite. Go to the Poetry Collective, their page on Eventbrite, and get yourself some tickets. And you know what? Not for nothing. Even if you can't make it, you could buy a ticket just to support the platform as a gift. Or if you know somebody in the area, you could buy them a ticket so they can attend, or buy a virtual. I don't know if you have to pay for a virtual ticket, but if you can purchase and support in that way, even though you can't physically be there, like that's a great way to support as well. Like, you guys people want to talk about how much they love what we're doing, and can't make it, but there are ways that you can support when you can't make it. Share the flyer, let people know about this event. This tour is going to be amazing. And when this blows up, you're gonna want to say that you was at the first one. So I'm just saying.
Literally, like you're gonna miss out if you do not catch tonight's one. You're definitely gonna miss out on these amazing, like just to
Yeah.
see them. They're crazy. They're
Hey,
amazing.
go get some autographs from these people because these people about to be famous. Let me tell y'all.
Get to know.
Y'all think I'm playing? Frank,
Absolutely.
did you have any
There's an
last
after
words?
party.
Oh yeah, and there's an after party. We turning up.
Oh yeah, definitely come to the after party. Yeah, the show and no, especially after party. Yeah, that's gonna be turned. Cause I don't even know what time we're leaving. That oh man, yeah, y'all don't want to miss none of this. Honestly,
Ooh,
it's almost a
Frank is
movie.
ready.
He's about to put that trumpet down and get down on the dance floor.
Frank about to turn up.
Oh,
I ain't mad at that. Well, guys, have a wonderful day, and good luck on the show tonight. And keep growing, guys.
Yeah.
Peace out. I'm gonna
Thank
end
you.
this broadcast real quick.